Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SAUNAIE. I'm your host XO, and it is Monday, man. Mental Health Monday, and I'm coming at you live with the meditation episode that I promised y'all last week. And with this episode, I'm really be discussing meditation. Like, what is meditation? Why should you meditate? What are the benefits from it, and how to maintain that habit of meditating on a daily basis? But first, if this is your first time listening to the show, welcome to SAUNAIE. I'm your host XO. On SAUNAIE, our main mission here is to educate people when it comes to mental health as well as financial literacy. And Mondays, I like to do my mental health Mondays, and then Fridays episodes, I do financial Fridays. So that's what we're going to kick it off with this week. We're going to do mental health Mondays and really discuss meditation. Meditation is big to me. I've been meditating for about 6 years now. And it just brings me so much peace and clarity and balances me and keeps me sane in this crazy world that we live in. So I just wanted to open up and educate y'all about meditation. And it was requested by my good friend, Oliver. Oliver, if you're listening right now, this episode's for you, brother. But meditation, we're going to get into that. That's going to be like the main topic, that's going to be the meat and potatoes of the show. But first off, man, we're headed to November, but this month has been a great month, a month full of blessings. Just closed a deal on a new spot. So, SAUNAIE, we move into a new location, and I can't wait for that. I'm debating if I should do Thanksgiving at my crib this year. It's going to be my first one. So I'm like, should I invite people over to the crib for Thanksgiving? I might, but that's big. As well as I just hired a personal assistant. Thank God. Because I've been doing SAUNAIE for the past 2 years now by myself, solo, running it, doing literally everything from start to finish. And now that I got somebody that I can deviate the task to, it relieves a load off of me. So I'm grateful for that. What else? Family's doing good. Just really grateful for this month overall. It's been a month of really awakening and really getting in tune with myself and who I am and really seeing what I want. So that being said, let's kick off the show with some quotes of the day. My first quote is, "Move too fast through life and you might miss the whole point of it." Damn. And that's true. Moving too fast through life. I was just talking to a friend about this the other day. I was like, damn, I wish I was a kid again, because life just went by slow. You didn't have no worries. And as an adult, you know that time goes by so quick, so fast. You within a blink of an eye, you're like, damn, that was a week ago, or that was a year ago, that happened then. It was like, yeah, time moves fast like that. So it's like we have to, and this quote resonates with the meditation segment where we really stand present in the moment, because my life moves too fast and you miss things in life. So you'll miss the whole point of life if you're just trying to constantly move on to the next thing, instead of being present in the moment, being grateful for the time that you have today or within this day. That's for me personally, because I always look ahead and I never really still within the moment. That's why I like to meditate, because it brings me back to the moment, brings me back to the clarity, and brings me back to this present time instead of looking ahead, trying to move fast through life. It's like, nah, be present in each day and be grateful for each moment that you have. Once again, that quote is, "Move too fast through life and you might miss the whole point of it." My next quote is, "Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today." Education. It's not just about learning in school, learning in college. It's about learning life, learning how to deal with certain situations, different people, jobs, relationships, as well as being in control of yourself and knowing like, yo, every day I have to learn something new. Every day we should be learning something new instead of thinking we know it all, because we don't know it all when it comes to life. We can always learn something new from somebody else. You should be always learning from your peers, from your parents, from your family. Anybody around you should always be teaching you and educating you on a daily basis. It doesn't have to come from books. It doesn't have to come from blogs. It doesn't have to come from podcasts. You can be learning from the people around you, as well as learning from younger people than you, people that are younger than you, as well as people that are older than you. and really taking in that knowledge and soaking in that game and always being a student of life, because that's what life is. Life is a constant lessons on lessons that we have to take in and really take to grain and really hold within us. So once again, education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. And I'm gonna give y'all a brief break, and then we're gonna jump into meditation. Thank you for tuning in to SAUNAIE. Meditation. What is meditation? Why do people meditate? What are the benefits behind meditation? If you're a beginner when it comes to meditation, where do you start? How do you start? What do you do? All these questions I'm about to answer. First off, what is meditation? Meditation is a practice where an individual uses a technique such as mindfulness or focusing the mind on a particular object, thought, or activity to train attention and awareness and achieve a mentally clear and emotional, calm, and stable state. So, meditation, it's a technique where you're focusing your mind either on your breathing, either you're on a mantra, like most of the time you're like like a mantra like that, or you're really focusing on an activity. Maybe you're meditating with your eyes open and you're staring at a clock as the clock hand goes around. So you're staying focused on that and keep your mind focused on that no matter what happens. Of course, your mind will wander while meditating, but it's good to bring your mind back to whatever you're focusing on. If it's deep, if it's breathing, you're focusing on your breath, breathing in, breathing out, and just staying focused on that. But like I said, your mind will wander while meditating. And you're like, why should I meditate? What does meditating have to do with me? Well, it gives you a sense of peace, calmness, and balance. I know we all want peace in our lives, especially if your life is constantly chaotic, where you're constantly have no break time, that you're constantly working, doing this, doing that, and you never have time. And at the end of the day, you're so burnt out. Why not give yourself some peace, some calmness, give yourself that balance. Even if you have to start off meditating 5 minutes a day in the morning, right before your day starts, and then ramping up as every day, gradually 5 minutes, adding 5 minutes as every day goes on. But it gives you a sense of calmness, peace, and balance that can benefit both your emotional well-being and your overall health. If you're an overthinker like myself, then this is perfect for you. If your life is unbalanced, this will bring you balance. So that's why you should meditate, to give yourself balance and peace within your life and really have that clarity on controlling your thoughts. What are the benefits, you may ask? It reduces stress. Stress reduction is one of the many reasons people meditate. We all know life is stressful. I'm pretty sure probably today you probably had a stressed out day, or today might stress you out. So with that, it's like, why not give yourself that time, that 5 or 10 minutes, just to close your eyes, meditate, reflect on the day, see what you did right, see what you did wrong, and maybe even have to journal it out after you meditate. But just having that time, giving yourself that peace, that balance, to really bring yourself back to that calm state. It controls anxiety, promotes emotional health, enhances self-awareness, lengthens your attention span. That's a big one for me, because I feel like I have a short attention span. That's why I constantly meditate. May reduce age-related memory loss, and that's big too, because I feel like besides eating blueberries, meditating is like big. It helps with the memory loss, and it also helps with freaking balance, physical balance, not just mental balance. Helps fight addictions, increases creativity and understanding of yourself. But the list goes on. There's many benefits when it comes to meditating, but those are just the biggest ones that come. So those are the benefits. You figured out why you should meditate. I explained what is meditation. So what is the correct way to meditate? Number one, find a quiet place. Where's a quiet place right now? Think of a quiet place. Where can you meditate? Where can you find time to meditate? Me, I always try to meditate before I start my day. So right when I'm laying in bed, that's the quietest place I can think of. Right when you wake up, boom, let me go meditate. That's what I do. Meditate and get your mind right for the day. Get your thoughts right. Get that peace and calm and clarity and start visualizing how you want your day to go. Number two, set a time limit. Like I said, if this is your first time meditating, start with 5 minutes. 5 minutes meditation, then ramp it up to 10, then 15, 20, and then so gradually, day by day, ramp it up. Or week by week, ramp it up. Number three, notice your body. You can either sit on the floor or even lay in the bed and just make sure your body is relaxed. You're calm. You're not anxious. You're not freaking mad or whatnot. Just make sure you're calm. Take some deep breaths. Cool your body, cool your mind, calm yourself, and just start meditating and make sure you are noticing how your body feels, noticing how you feel. As well as number four is feel your breath. Control your breathing in and out at a slow pace and really feeling that breath. And then number five, notice when your mind wanders. It's going to happen. Trust me, it happens to me all the time. Your mind will wander when you start meditating, but that's the best thing about that is when you can bring yourself back to that activity you're focused on, whether it's breathing or the mantra or the clock on the wall. Bring yourself back to that, because if you're overthinking like myself, your mind is always going to wander when you're doing this. So why not bring yourself back to the main reason why you started meditating? And be kind to yourself. Don't over obsess over like, damn, I can't meditate. I'm overthinking. I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about that. Of course, that's going to happen in the beginning. Your mind's going to be everywhere. And that's good though, because you're really sitting within yourself, sitting within your thoughts, sitting within your pain, sitting within your anxiety, and really figuring out who you are and understanding yourself, understanding your emotions, understanding your thoughts, and understanding who you are and who you're meant to be or to become. Number 7, and close out when you're meditating, you close out with kindness. Like, notice how your body feels at the end of meditation. Notice your thoughts, notice your emotions, notice how you're feeling overall. As well as, let's jump into how to make it a habit. Why should you make meditation a habit? Well, first off, it's estimated that 95% of our body, our behavior runs on autopilot. That's because our neural networks underlie all of our habits, reducing our millions of sensory inputs per second into manageable shortcuts so we can function in this crazy world. These brain default signals are so efficient that they often cause us to relapse into old behaviors before we remember what we are meant to do. Meditation is the exact opposite of this. It's executive control versus being on autopilot. It enables the intentional actions, willpower, and decisions. But that takes practice. The more we activate the intentional brain, the stronger it gets. Every time we do something deliberate and new, we stimulate neuroplasticity, activating our gray matter, which is full of newly sprouted neurons that have yet to be groomed. But here's the problem. While our intentional brain knows what is best for us, our autopilot brain causes us to shortcut our way through life. So how can we trick ourselves to be more mindful when we need it most? This is where the notion of behavior design comes in. It's a way to put your intentional brain in the driver's seat. And there's 2 ways to do that. First, slowing down the autopilot brain by putting obstacles in its way. Second, removing obstacles in the path of the intentional brain so you can gain control. He's like, damn, how do we do all this? Well, shifting the balance to give your intentional brain more power takes work. Here's some examples. Put meditation reminders around you. If you intend to do some yoga or meditate, put down that yoga mat or meditation cushion in the middle of the floor or somewhere where you won't miss it. You walk by, you have that constant reminder like, oh, it's time to meditate. Or even, I highly recommend an app called the Calm app. It'll send you daily reminders. That's the app that I use to meditate, and it really has a selection of different meditations that you can do. Got LeBron James on there and a few other athletes that meditate, and it really helps you with a step-by-step guide on how to meditate. What to meditate on is different things to meditate. There's meditation for your sleep, meditation for anxiety. There's a walking meditation. There's a meditation about everyday life. So check out the Calm app. I'll put a link in the show notes for y'all to check it out. As well as another way to shift that balance is refresh your reminders regularly. Say you decide to use sticky notes to remind yourself of a new intention. That may work for about a week, but then your autopilot brain and old habits take over. Have you ever felt that? Like you try to set intentions to do something, you write sticky notes like, oh, I got to go work out today, or I got to do this today. And then a week later, you fall back into the old habits. It's life. It's how majority of us are. That's because our autopilot brain's been working for so long that we're constantly on autopilot and we don't know it until we realize that it's too late. And we try to break that habit again, but it's a constant cycle. Try writing out new notes to yourself. Add a variety and make them funny. That way you'll stick to them longer. Another one is create new patterns. You could try a series of if this, then that messages to create easy reminders to shift into the intentional brain. For instance, you might come up with, if office door opens, then deep breathe, as a way to shift into mindfulness as you start your workday. Or if the phone rings, take a deep breath before answering. Each intentional action to shift into mindfulness will strengthen your intentional brain. I know that's a lot to take in right now, but overall, meditation gives you a sense of peace, balance, reduces stress, controls your anxiety, promotes emotional health, enhances self-awareness, lengthens your attention span. It helps with your emotional well-being as well as your overall health. It's a practice to where you're controlling your thoughts, being within yourself, understanding yourself, and seeing who you are and seeing who you want to become. Meditation, this won't happen overnight. You'll be like, oh, I meditated for 5 minutes yesterday. I didn't get no benefits. You'll start to reap some benefits in the beginning, but to get the full benefits of it, you got to stay consistent with the meditation. Make it a habit. Set those reminders for yourself where you're like, you have an alarm or a reminder in your phone, like meditate at this time. Meditate, like the best time to meditate, in my personal opinion, is in the morning and at night before you go to sleep. Meditate at night before you go to sleep. Meditate on the day. Reflect on the thoughts. See what you want to dream about. What kind of dreams do you want to have? What kind of answers do you want to, what kind of question do you have that you want answered in your dreams? That's where meditation kicks in. So, with that being said, that's the end of the show, folks. Quick meditation episode. I hope you guys start meditating. If you aren't meditating already, I highly recommend it. I just laid out some benefits. I laid out why you should. I laid out how our brains are on autopilot majority of the time. If you're listening to this right now, you know, like, damn, my brain has been on autopilot this whole year and I haven't realized that. I try to make new habits, but I fell back into my old cycles because I rarely use my intentional brain. I always use my autopilot brain. So start being intentional, do intentional things to change how you think and what you think and how you go about your life, especially when it comes to creating new habits. Start with the meditation. Meditate daily. Sit with yourself. Sit with the thoughts. Sit and find out who you are, who you truly are. But I'm going to give y'all a brief break and I'm going to hit y'all with a recap. Thank you for tuning in to SAUNAIE. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to today's episode of SAUNAIE. If this is your first time listening, I want to just thank you personally for really tuning into the show, tuning into SAUNAIE. I hope you like this episode. If you didn't like this episode, just gander back at my past episodes. I'm pretty sure you liked one of my last three. I have an episode with the foodie Las Vegas Phil discussing his food journey and how he became the foodie of Vegas, as well as an interview with Lauren Marie about her fashion design, fashion industry, and about fashion, as well as an episode called The Hard Truth, which is an episode that discusses the hard truths in life that nobody really discusses, but we find out over time. But with that being said, let me hit you with the recap. We start off with the quotes of the day. First quote was, "Move too fast through life and you might miss the whole point of it." So slow down. Slow down sometimes. Take a stop. Take a day. Take a mental health day for yourself where you're really just taking that day off and not really being totally consumed by social media, by your people. Take that day to really give yourself time to decompress. Take a day, go to the beach, go within nature, go on a hike and really just be with yourself and take that break and be present in the moment. Life goes by so quick. We miss moments that we wish we would have treasured. So take every day for what it is. Be grateful for each day that you live in, breathe in, and really slow down. Slow down. Take those mental health days. I would recommend taking those mental health days once a week and really just taking the days to really decompress, de-stress, and really just be within yourself, be within nature, and just feel and understand who you are and understand the week you went through or the week you're going through. Number 2, education is the passport to the future. For tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. So what are you doing? How are you educating yourself right now? How are you educating your present self for your future self? That's what it comes down to. And we discuss, what is meditation? Meditation, mindfulness. Meditation is a practice where an individual uses a technique such as mindfulness or focusing the mind on a particular object, thought, or activity. Deep breathing or breathing in general, a mantra, the clock on the wall. Even if you have, I was going to say, I forgot what it was. But having something where you're focusing on that activity and you're really just being with yourself, understanding who you are. Why should you meditate? It gives you a sense of peace. We all want peace in our lives. Do you want peace in your life? Is your life chaotic right now? Are you constantly on the go, constantly running, that you never have time to get some peace or even catch your breath? Start meditating. Give yourself that time to get some clarity within your life and keep that sanity, because life is crazy. We all know it's a crazy world. We're still dealing with the pandemic. We're dealing with a lot of shit on a daily basis. So why not give yourself that time to calm down, give that time to breathe, give that time to collect your thoughts, collect who you are, and just be still for a moment. But as well as having it improves your emotional well-being and your overall health. The benefits is a long list, but some of the top benefits is it reduces stress. If you're always stressed out or stressed about even taking tests, exams, work, life in general, meditate. Give your time, give that stress to meditation. That's one of the main reasons why a lot of people meditate, is to relieve stress. It controls your anxiety, promotes emotional health, enhances self-awareness, lengthens your attention span. If you can't focus on something for long periods of time, meditation is for you. So you can build up that focus time to where you're really focusing, honed in on doing something, doing a project, doing a task, doing a goal, instead of getting distracted every 5 seconds. It reduces age-related memory loss. I know we all love memories and all want to reflect back to, what I did 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Meditate and really start to help you regain that memory. I know before meditating, my memory was hella bad, but constantly meditating on a daily basis built up that memory, constant memory and constant thoughts in my head. It helps you fight addictions, increase creativity, as well as understanding who you are. It understands your thoughts, your pain, your misery, your sorrows, your love, your happiness. You understand everything about yourself emotionally. What is the correct way to meditate? 1, find a quiet place. Set a time limit. We all got phones. Set that little 5 to 10 minute timer and start meditating. Or even check out the Calm app. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the show notes for you guys to check it out. Notice how your body feels. Notice how you are before you meditate. Are you anxious? Are you happy? Are you excited? Or notice how you're feeling before you meditate. and really make sure you're relaxed. Get yourself that time to relax. Do some deep breathing, 1 to 5 deep breaths, and just calm down and just be prepared to be within yourself. Number 4, feel your breath. Number 5, notice your mind when it's wandered. It's going to wander, especially if this is your first time meditating and you're a beginner at meditating. Your mind's going to wander, but bring it back to that activity that you're focused on, whether it's deep breathing or your mantra or the clock on the wall. Number 6, be kind to your mind, which means be kind to yourself, because your mind will wander. Let it wander, but come back to that mantra. Number 7, close with kindness. Notice how your body feels, notice your thoughts, notice your emotions. And then we talked about what are the habits? The habits of how to maintain the habit of mindfulness. Like I discussed earlier, 95% of our behavior runs on autopilot. 95%. But mindfulness is the exact opposite of the processes. It's like the executive control rather than autopilot. We enable our intentional actions, willpower, and decisions. But it all takes practice. The more we activate the intentional brain, the stronger it gets. Every time we do something deliberate and new, we stimulate our neuroplasticity, activating our gray matter, which is full of newly sprouted neurons that have yet to be groomed. So building that habit up on a consistent basis, even setting those daily reminders, getting those daily reminders, putting those meditation reminders around you, or even if you do sticky notes or you utilize your reminder app in your phone and taking that time to put it out there like, oh, meditate at this time, meditate at that time, as well as the Calm app. I should get sponsored for this. The Calm app usually sends you reminders like, hey, it's time to meditate, or you should meditate right now, or things like that, which is a perfect reminder. So check that out. Check out the reminders and see how you can stay and maintain with the meditation. I want to know how your meditation practice goes. If this is going to be your first time meditating, reach out to me, SAUNAIE.com, or even email me at SAUNAIEpodcast@gmail.com. And I want to hear how your meditation journey goes and how it went for you for the first week. It's not, like I said, it won't be easy in the beginning, but once you get more accustomed to it, you'll start loving it. Trust me. You'll want to meditate more because you're being within yourself and you're having that peace, calm, and clarity come to you. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. SAUNAIE. I know I got the outro quotes for you, as well as some housekeeping items. If you haven't checked out the website, check out SAUNAIE.com. Check out our merch on the website. Click this shop tab, as well as get your discounts. Put in SAUNAIE, you get a discount. Even if you spend over $65, you get free shipping, and you can use your discount too. So it's like, why not? We all like to save money, so go ahead and support the brand, support us. It really helps out us getting our new equipment, new locations, as well as enhancing what SAUNAIE is, and brings out more merch too. So check out the website, check out the merch, leave a review. If you have any questions, as well as hit up SAUNAIE.com, and you can leave a voicemail if you have a question. I'll put it on the show, or if you have a guest that you want me to interview, as well as if you have any topics that you want me to talk about, reach out, let me know, hit me up, and I will talk about them topics for you. Like I said, this episode was recommended by Oliver. Shout out to Oliver OG. I got you. Hope this episode helped everybody out. And we get into the nitty gritty. We talked about meditation. Now I have my book recommendation, which is The Power of Positive Thinking. Check that book out. It's a great book, especially if you're a negative thinker. It really transforms your mind to positive thinking. And we're going to end the show with this. Stop hating yourself for everything you aren't, and start loving yourself for everything you are. Have a great week. We'll be back again Friday with SAUNAIE.